want readers to become obsessed with your characters, there's one mistake I constantly see in manuscripts, and once writers fix it, readers suddenly start saying things like, these characters feel real or alive, or I couldn't stop thinking about them. And the crazy part, most writers don't even realizing that they're making this mistake. But once you see it, you'll start spotting it everywhere in best-selling novels, movies, TV shows, and in your own writing. In fact, some of the most memorable dialogue in fiction works because of this one principle. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to use it. Let's start with something strange. Most writers think dialogue feels fake because it sounds unrealistic, but that's actually not true. If you've recorded two people talking for 10 minutes, it would be filled with repetition, filler words, awkward phrases, half-finished thoughts, and it would probably make terrible dialogue. So realism is not the answer, which raises a bigger question. If realistic dialogue isn't what readers love, what are they actually responding to? Hold on to that question because that's where things start to get interesting. Let me show you something. Imagine a character says, I'm upset because I feel like you don't trust me anymore. Nothing is technically wrong with that line. It's clear, it's direct, it's easy to understand, but most readers are not going to remember it 5 minutes later. And why? Well, that's the puzzle. Because readers routinely remember lines that reveal less information, not more. Which means the thing creating emotional attachment is not clarity alone, it's something else. And once you understand what that something else is, character writing becomes dramatically easier. Readers rarely become attached to what characters say, they come attached to what the characters struggle to say. Remember that. We're going to come back to it. Think about your favorite conversations in fiction, the ones that stuck with you, the ones that made you feel something. Now here's the question. Were those conversations usually about people saying exactly what they mean? Or were they about people avoiding what they meant? A confession almost happening, an apology that never quite comes out, or someone desperately needing reassurance but asking for something completely different? Notice the pattern? The emotional pressure isn't coming from the words, it's coming from the resistance. And resistance is the clue that most writers miss. And here's where most dialogue quietly gets forgotten. Characters become information delivery systems. They answer questions directly, explain exactly what they're feeling, reveal exactly what they want, help the conversation move forward, and real people rarely do all of that or any of that at once. And that is especially true when something matters deeply to that person or character. When emotions are involved, people protect themselves. We either deflect, we joke, we withdraw, we change the subject, we try to flip the conversation back on the other person. And the more vulnerable the truth becomes, the harder we work to avoid it. Now we're getting close to the real answer. The strongest dialogue is not built on information. It's built on emotional self-protection. Watch what happens here. Version 1. I'm angry that you left without telling me. Now version 2. So that's it? What? 3 days. I said I was sorry. No, you explained. What's the difference? You're telling me you don't know? Now, which version feels more alive? The second. And let's ignore my acting skills on that one, but still, it's the second. And why is that? Because the real conversation isn't happening on the surface, it's happening underneath. The hurt, the abandonment, the fear, the resentment. Readers aren't just reading dialogue anymore, they're decoding it. And the moment readers start participating, engagement skyrockets. So here's the mistake. The mistake isn't bad dialogue. The mistake is not emotional transparency. Your characters are saying the thing that they're trying to avoid saying. And when that happens, you lose tension. You lose the curiosity. You lose the emotional participation because there's nothing left to discover. The dialogue has given away the answer immediately. And the best dialogue does the opposite. It forces readers to lean forward, to interpret, to connect the dots, to feel emotion before it's spoken, and that is the secret. And once you start seeing it, you'll notice it everywhere. So the next time that you revise, stop asking, what would this character say? And instead start asking, what is this character trying not to say? That one question is going to change everything because suddenly humor becomes deflection, anger becomes protection, sarcasm becomes vulnerability. silence becomes meaningful, and now the conversation has layers. Now readers have something to uncover, and now dialogue starts creating attachment. And here's the really interesting part. This isn't actually why readers remember certain lines. It's only the first half of the equation, because some dialogue gets quoted for years, and it's not because it's clever or funny, it's because it creates something even more powerful. Something called emotional residue. And once you understand that principle, you will never look at dialogue the same way. If you enjoyed this video, thanks for tuning in, and like and subscribe for more. Happy writing and editing.